What's happening, my people? So, back again with you for another episode of The Walking Dead. So, this is Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 21, Diverged. I have notes for this, but I don't think I need notes on this episode, man. Like, this is basically a Daryl and Carol episode, mostly a Carol episode. Usually I'd be so happy about this. I was kind of happy at the beginning. It turned out not to be the greatest episode in the world. Like, they both out in the woods. They had their moment like 2 episodes ago. So they kind of going their separate ways. He kind of like, I'm going to stay out in the woods for a while. I'm going to stay looking for a little bit. So Carol goes back to Alexandria. Dog follows her. So it's a little foreshadowing and stuff. You kind of like, why is Dog following Carol? Maybe, like, dogs have intuition and stuff. Maybe it feels like Carol needs him more than Daryl does. Or it could have sensed that, well, I don't think that would be it. I was about to say maybe it sensed that Daryl was going the wrong way, was going into some trouble. But yeah, I think in that case, Dog would have stayed with him. I think Dog is for the shits. So, they get back to Alexandria and stuff, like Carol gets back there. She has something in her. It's been her MO for the longest time. Like ever since like her husband died and stuff, and she started coming into her own. She's a fixer. She feels the need to fix everything. So she comes back. A lot of people are already working on things and stuff. So it's kind of like there isn't anything for her. So she feels a little lost. But you see why everybody in these episodes are like out in the wilderness and stuff, getting lost, etc. Because whenever the Whisperers did come in pillage Alexandria and stuff, they ruined the crops. They damaged a lot of things. They ruined the crops, so they don't have too much food right now. So that is something that everybody is trying to look for. They're trying to look for a food source. I think the Commonwealth is going to be that food resource or whatever with the paratroopers, with the stormtroopers and stuff. So I think that's going to come into play during next season. But stop jumping ahead. Daryl is out in the woods. His motorbike, it stops. One of the hoses have been damaged, so he has to go run around and look for another hose to switch that out. Turns out, like, I'm gonna just talk about Daryl's story for a little bit. He doesn't have his knife, man. Carol has his knife, so he ends up walking around and stuff. He goes through a pack of walkers, and they have one at the end, and it's like a military walker or whatever. So he sees it has a bag or whatever, so it has supplies and stuff on it, and he needs a knife. So he would assume that he might have a knife on him, had the knife. So he gets what he needs, almost dying in the process to get his stuff. So that happens. He also needs the hose, so he goes underneath the car, etc. And the walker is inside there, and he gets pinned under the car. Like, every time the walker moves around the car, the car is like situated in a way where it's moving. So Daryl does some smart things, like he's pinned under, but he starts kicking another part. So he gets the walkers to go there, so the car moves that way. So then he's able to climb away and stuff. So he uses the walker's momentum, the walker's weight, etc. to situate the car the way that he wants. And he plays the walker against his own interest and gets out of there. So it was very smart on Daryl's part. Like, you see the ingenuity of these characters. And like, you see Carol has a lot of that herself. Like, you see her, they have a rat in the house. And so she makes a makeshift like trap and stuff to get this rat, because Dog is going crazy in the house. He's ripping the house apart, etc. Another thing that we see is the electricity and stuff is going. the whatchamacallums, the solar panels and stuff, they all been damaged, etc. So she fixes the solar panels and stuff by herself. So she does that. She goes out in the wilderness, and it's like she doesn't feel useful. But one thing she knows how to do, she knows how to carry her own self and protect her own self and stuff. So she goes out there and tests and walk her ass up. So she tears these walkers up, comes back, and she's all bloody and stuff. Jerry is like, "Oh, are you okay?" He's worried about her. And she's like, "I'm fine." It turns out, man, she's not fine and stuff. Like, we fast forward to the end of the episode, and Jerry comes. She's trying to cook, etc., this and that and stuff. So he comes and checks on her again. And he's like, "I just want to know if you are right, man," because and he gives her like the definition of a friend. A friend is somebody that thinks you're perfect even whenever the rest of the world doesn't. And it's like she kind of realized something, and she is messed up because she's like, what if my best friend sees that I'm damaged, I'm not perfect and stuff, I'm real messed up, and I'm better off away from him. So that's how she feel about Daryl, man. Like, Daryl has realized that she's a piece of shit and like pushes her away, and she's heartbroken over that. Like, cause they Bonnie and Clyde, man. They are just, they two peas in a pod, and it's just not looking good for their relationship. But and then the rat has been driving her crazy the whole episode as well. And she had caught the rat at a time, but then she was scared of it. Of course, this big ass rat. And then she tears up the wall, trying to search for the rat and set her up. So she did a lot of damage. But at the end of the episode, like, she talking to Jerry, and the rat just saunters off. Like, he's like, "Okay, I've drove you crazy, and I see you stressing enough, so let me just walk away." So the rat just walks outside. She did all this trouble trying to catch the rat, and the rat just walks out. And so she invites Jerry to eat and stuff. Daryl pulls up. Dog goes chase after Jerry, after the Daryl. Yay, Daryl's back. And they talk. "Oh, you look like shit. You look like shit too. How have you been? You been alright, etc., etc." "I'm good. I'm good. You want some soup?" "Nah, I'm good. I don't want no soup." So you see, like, their energy. The energy looks off, but they do still have like love for each other and stuff. Like, he's like, "I gotta hit the sack. I'm tired. I've been out all night, etc." He fixed his bike in the middle of the night. Uh, he goes to the door, like, and when he opens it, like, he kind of waits to see whenever Carol kind of like just looks in the distance, and she goes and she closes up her door, etc. She goes in her crib, and like they stay like on the side of each other, and he doesn't close his door until Carol like closes hers. Like, he's just being stubborn right now, but he still very much cares about Carol and stuff. So it wasn't the best episode in the world. It had a lot of like some what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It had some touching parts or whatever. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite episode. Like, this one is just eh. I give this episode like a 6 out of 10. Like, if I'm rating it or whatever. I don't really rate, but I'll do it. I give this a 6 out of 10. It was, it was some of my favorite characters, but not doing much. But that's my thoughts on this episode, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest of the most hated, man. Holla at your boy. Peace out. This is still just bonus episodes and stuff, but at least they're giving us something. I really miss Fear the Walking Dead. Like, I want to see, like, get into the shits. Like, this is the bonus stuff, and this is starting to look like bonus. Like, the first, like, 2 episodes were incredible. A lot of people say they really liked the last episode with Princess. I didn't care for that one too much. Like, Princess isn't one of my favorite characters or anything. Like, it just showed that she's crazy. But yeah, I miss the regular episodes. But like, comment, subscribe. I said that already. Peace.